The pink pill is the pink pill now. Put your pinkies up now, up now, up. Live well to the extreme now. Put your pinkies up now, up now, up.
Hey, it's Pinky. You're on the Pink Pill YouTube channel. Be a love and like, share, and subscribe. Pinkies up.
Hey ladies, so today we're going to talk about Common the rapper. And we're going to talk about how Common the rapper is the common denominator in all of the things that I have been talking about for over a decade. So in addition to creating the Pink Pill, those courses that you love, I'm also the author of Swirling, How to Date, Mate and Relate, Mixing Race, Culture, and Creed. And I've been telling you for 12 years to pick the best man for the job. Date black men, but date white men, date Asian men, date Hispanic men, date Middle Eastern men. And I'm gonna give you proof of why you have to do this based on what we're seeing. Common the rapper is the personification of everything I've been talking about this entire time. So what am I talking about and what's wrong with Common? He seems like a really nice guy. He does uplifting rap. He seems to really be very plugged into the Black community and cares about our issues. He only dates Black women, but the key word is date. This man is 49 years old. His birthday is March 13th, 1972. He's about to be 50 and qualify for AARP. He's had so much success in his life. He's got millions upon millions of dollars. He has access to all the Black women that he could ever want. But what does Common do? Well, it's a very common thing that happens in the Black community. Why do I want to talk about it now? Tiffany Haddish. So you know that Common and Tiffany Haddish dated for about a year. They recently broke up. And some tea about the relationship has just spilled over. So what happened? According to Bazaar magazine, Tiffany Haddish is opening up about her side of the breakup with Common. Speaking to Fox Soul's Hollywood Unlocked with Jason Lee, the comedian got candid about feeling disappointed following Common's comments about the end of their relationship, which began after they met on the set of 2019 film The Kitchen and ended a year later. In an interview with Lee earlier this month, Common said that the split was a mutual thing because they didn't want to be 1 foot in and 1 foot out, the rapper added. I think it was just like we weren't feeding the relationship. Of the interview, Haddish told Lee, I was disappointed. I was very disappointed. I was like, oh, okay. Because that's not what you told me, but okay. That's not what you told me. But okay. So the way that I'm reading between the lines, Common broke up with her, which is a common practice with Common. So we can go through the history of Common's relationships. He dated Erykah Badu. He dated Serena Williams. He dated Taraji P. Henson. He dated Angela Rye, and probably a host of other prominent, beautiful Black women all across the diaspora. And it's so weird though, how Common, who has access to millions of Black women from all over the world, just can't seem to find the right one. But he's the good brother though, right? Black love. He only dates Black women. The key word is date. He's not marrying none of them. And next year, he's gonna qualify for AARP. So let's explore this for a second. He dated Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu is an amazing singer. She's great. The neo-soul movement, she was an integral part of that, and Common dated her for a while. Erykah Badu has 3 children by 3 different men. What are some of the problems that we talk about in the Black community all the time? The out of wedlock rate. The fact that the men who are responsible for asking simply aren't asking. And if you want to solely date Black men, oftentimes you have to compromise your values, like getting married before having a baby, regular stuff like that. But here's the key thing that I want you to notice with all of this. Between Erykah, Tiffany, Taraji, and Angela Rye, which is a beautiful commentator who's often on CNN. He's dated all of them. Oh, and Serena Williams. He dated all of these women, didn't marry any of them. And guess what? None of those women are married either. Except for one. Only one woman out of that group of amazing, talented, beautiful, wonderful Black women actually got married. And that was Serena Williams. And you know why Serena Williams got married? She picked the best man for the job, and she answered to the man who asked. Alex Ohanian, co-founder of Reddit. Very successful in his own right, and loves the bejesus out of Serena. So all of those women that still aren't married are focused solely on dating Black men, and the only one who decided to expand her dating options is now married and has a child with a man that married her in a legitimate situation. Ladies, do you not see the common denominator here? When we are so focused on our Cinderella story of having that hashtag Black love, we put the men in a complete power position. We have nothing to negotiate. Black men interracially marry at twice the rate, while at the same time having the lowest marriage rates of all races of men. We are at a serious disadvantage, and yet we're still here fighting over the same 12 guys. We're scratching each other's eyes out for the same 12 guys. And the only woman who said, let me try something different, is the only woman who's married. And Serena appears to be quite happy and in love. Her daughter with her husband, Alex Ohanian, seems to be a very happy and well-adjusted child. Ladies, we put ourselves at a deficit. We have nothing to bargain when we say, I am solely going to focus on dating Black men, when the other party is saying, I'm going to explore my options. There is no reason in this world that Common the rapper, who has millions of dollars, and by the way, I've been saying this for a while now, statistically, Black men who make more money are less likely to marry. And you know why? It's what Ralph Richard Banks said. Why close the shop if business is still so good? Common says business is still so good. Why on earth would he settle? He's in the power position. You have nothing to leverage. You have nothing to bargain for. If you only focus, and the person that you're negotiating with knows that you will only choose a man like him while he can choose whoever he wants, and also have the knowledge that Black women so desperately want men like Common, the good Black men, the good looking Black men, the prosperous Black men. Look at what they do. He has dated amazing women, and they're all single except for the one that decided to do what I've been telling you to do for 12 years. And that is to go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. To go where you have the most options. And does that mean that every white guy, Asian guy, Hispanic guy, Middle Eastern guy is going to be interested in you? Of course not. The same way that not every black guy is going to be interested in you. But listen, we're only 6.5% of the population. Even with those numbers, even if it's a small percentage in each of those groups, there's still going to be so much more. And it gives you the opportunity to date from a position of abundance as opposed to scarcity. You're able to rest and lay back and let the attention be on you and let the men court you seriously, and men who are marriage minded, not just dating. Because to say to black women, I love black women, I only date black women. Well, if you're not marrying them, how does that build the black family? You're going this far in a journey and you're almost there, but you still have that last hill that you refuse to go on top of. So if you're not going to actually be creating these lovely black love fantasy families that you think are going to be the key to deliver black people out of their oppression, then you're part of the problem. And so ladies, take a lesson from Angela, Taraji, and Erykah Badu, and Tiffany Haddish. See what is in front of you, acknowledge that the sky is blue and water is wet, and choose the best man for the job regardless of race. I'm Crystalline Karazin. I'm creator of The Pink Pill and author of Swirling: How to Date, Mate, and Relate, Mixing Race, Culture, and Creed. If you want to know how to swirl, it's available on Amazon. Thank you for listening. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, pinkies up.